Okay, good evening, everyone. We're live. Welcome to our Tuesday masterclass. Today is a unique time. If you're here, let me know that you're here. Okay, fine, fantastic. I can see T Spice Kitchen, Growth Habits with Ngozi. Where are the other people? Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to our Tuesday masterclass. I know I mentioned that today is an exceptional It's going to be an exceptional session. So please, those of you that are group leaders, go to your small groups and alert your group members to be here. Okay, Mama, you're welcome. Please go and announce for your group members to come so that we can start. Welcome the surgeon himself. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to do a brief introduction and then we will go into what we have to do today. Now, I'd like all of you to know that if you want to go and bring Mr. Nnamdi yourself to teach you, you will pay big money. I'm just telling you the truth. Some of you have tried this before and you ran away. So this is this is on a platter of, can I say, favor that is here tonight. And at the end of the session, before you even say it, Mr. Nnamdi, I'm going to say it. I have actually instructed some of them to go to the Structure Academy. I've asked some of them who I notice. What I do is I mentor, I hold you accountable. And if I see the areas that you have need, I point you to the person. And I know T Spice Kitchen, I told you. T Spice Kitchen, I told you to go there. And a few persons here who are businesswomen, because the women who are in this model mentorship program are businesswomen, career women, and women who are on the move with what they are doing in their lives. Okay, so the surgeon himself is actually a certified business consultant, a Forbes coach at that matter. This is not coach under the tree. This is a coach. This is a coach I have known. Now, for those of you who are very spiritual, he's also spiritual. If you want it professional, go professional. If you want it spiritual, go spiritual. So it's a combination. And I want you to open up your hearts tonight and learn. I want to say congratulations to all of you who are doing so well. This year has just been phenomenal. Mr. Nnamdi, I just want to share with you, the women here are amazing. I mean, some of them here started businesses from the scratch, never knew they could run businesses. They've taken courses. What I do, I lead them. So my own is to call forth that thing on your inside and help you align with relationships that will help you scale it while holding your family. So if you come here, you want your family to start up your business, I will sanction you. So this is fantastic. So we have them in the UK, in Canada, in Australia. Some of them are all here. Um, Thank you so much. So I am going to exit the stage right now, and he's going to be sharing with us briefly on how you can make sales every day and also structure your business. And at the end of the day, tell us how a lot of us who are doing businesses can take what we're doing to the next level via structure. So I'm exiting right now. The stage is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you, everyone. Good evening and good day from wherever you're joining us. I spoke to Pastor Favor a few days ago, I was even yesterday or so, and no, we had spoken about it before, and I'm really excited to be here to share my thoughts. Now, I actually have my notes prepared for the things that I want to share, and but I want to ask, okay? I want to ask for those of us who run businesses, before I begin my teaching, where is it paining you in your business? Where if you were to, if somebody was to ask you, where is it paining you? So I'm going to talk about structure a little later. Let me just point out some areas. Is it staffing? Is it accounting? So staffing here, we're saying finding staff, managing them, making sure they perform properly. Accounting, can you see your money? Do you know where all your money, all your things are, your stock inventory? Is it procurement? By procurement, how you buy and buy things properly? Is it your marketing? How you attract every and anything you do to attract people, to get people interested in doing business with you? Is it your sales? Every and anything you do to get those interested people to buy from you? Is it your operations or your production? Is it your power issues? Is it technology? Is it customer service? Where is it paining you? Just tell me. I can see the comments. I can see the comments there. So just type them. I will look at them. They would help in navigating, the conversations. Meremu says, marketing, they pay me. Oh." Okay, so keep dropping them. Tell us where it's paining you, and I would share my thoughts on some of them. Marketing and sales. Okay, good. Timmy says marketing and sales. Being able to convert my leads into paying clients. Okay. Gifts. Thank you for sharing that. So good. So there's some things I have noticed that business owners struggle with. Okay, and tell me if this happens, if this is true. Structuring my business to run in my absence. Okay, T Spice Kitchen. There's some things I have noticed that a lot of particularly small businesses, they struggle with. The first part is they're not making sales. True or false? So that's number one, they're not making sales. Number two, they are making sales, but it is not consistent. So the first part is you're making sales. The second, you're not making sales at all. So you're struggling to make sales. The second part is the sales is coming in, but it is not consistent. Now, the third part is you're making sales, the sales is consistent, but the sales does not happen without you. So if you're not there, sales doesn't happen. Most small businesses in the world struggle with this, being in this position. And from my experience as a business owner, I would like to say, first of all, that I'm a business owner first. So I own multiple businesses before even being a consultant. So the things that I share as a consultant come from experience. And I used to sell, please don't laugh. I used to sell women's shoes, bags, and costume jewelry. And I would travel all the way from Port Harcourt in Nigeria, and to I'll go by road to Lagos, and then from Lagos I'll go by road to Cotonou to go and bring in some of those things. And trust me, it wasn't funny back then, making those trips by road. And I will suffer, travel, go and bring those things, come back to Port Harcourt all by road. And after exerting myself, suffering and putting in so much energy, at the end of every month, I'll be struggling to make 80,000 naira in sales, 100,000 naira. What was the point of all of this? It got so frustrating for me. Like, what the hell am I doing? Who sent me? Okay. And so now let me say this. If you're if you're running a business, particularly in the first 3 years, if you've never gotten to that point where you feel like, I think I should just get a job and leave this business, or you feel like giving up, then maybe you're not doing this hard enough. So one of those times I felt like that. I just sat down and I was doing some analysis, and I found out that I was paying more attention to activities that didn't bring money. In every business, there are two activities that bring money and activities that consume money. I realized that I was paying more attention to those activities that consumed money but didn't bring money. So traveling to Cotonou, sorting the products when I bring them, arranging them, cleaning the ones I need to clean, all those things were not bringing money. Rather, they were consuming money. Meanwhile, the activities that brought in money were reaching out to people who were owing and refusing to sell on credit. dropping some samples in different hotels, making phone calls, going to events to sell those things, using Facebook, using social media at that time. Then there were no, say Facebook hadn't started running ads, but making posts on social media then to get people interested in buying from me. And I made a switch. I found a way to get somebody to buy some of those products for me on my behalf. And this allowed me to focus on those activities that brought in money. And I moved from struggling to do 150,000 naira in a month to doing 4, 5, 6, 700,000 naira monthly. This is like 2007, 2008, way back then. And so that shifted a lot of things for me, which is why I know that the problems I have shared in terms of what we struggle with, they are real. See, most people here saying marketing sales, marketing sales. So here's what I have: 5 secrets that will transform how you do sales and the things that you do in your business. Activities that consume and activities that bring in money. Yes. So I want to pay more attention to those activities that bring money. So, what are things you should pay attention to? Number one is traffic. Traffic. So, imagine your business is at the end of a street, and at the end of that street, your business is there. The door into your office, hypothetically, is there, and everybody is driving and arguing and trying to navigate. Everybody wants to enter into your street, your business, and it's causing traffic jam. All these people want to enter your business. So I'm using that to give you a picture in your head. Traffic. How do you get as many people as possible to be interested in doing business with you? How do you get people to show up knocking on your door to make inquiries? That's traffic. What did you do today to get people interested in doing business with you? Answer. What did you do today to get people to know you, to get people to be so interested in what you do that they are queuing at your door to make inquiries? And by your door, I mean they are calling you, or they are sending you messages, or they are checking you out on Instagram, or they are clicking a link to your website, or they are visiting your store. What did you do today to generate traffic? What are some things you could do if you truly want to generate traffic? Good, posting your product. That's fine. Number one, I'm just sharing random ideas, things that would help you generate traffic. Content marketing is one of them. So posting your products is one arm of it. But let me say it this way: content marketing. Content marketing is intentionally putting out valuable content online so that other people can see it. So I'll give you a typical example. The reason why Netflix is popular is because they put interesting content on Netflix, and so there's traffic on Netflix because they have interesting content. On your social media handles, do you have interesting, valuable, or useful content? Another thing you could do to drive traffic is running ads. So for my book, Organized, it's currently, let me see if I have a copy here. For this book, on a daily basis, I spend 20,000 naira running ads just for this book. For the Organized Small Business Academy, I'm currently doing, I think they are doing, it's about 18 or 24,000 or something like that, just for the academy. For Excel and Grace Consulting, we're starting there's a new thing that we're doing. I think that one is 38,000 naira or something like that. Why am I telling you all of this? In today's world, you cannot sit in your room or sit in your office or sit in your house and hope that customers will come. Look, if you pray from now till tomorrow for traffic to come to your business, In the spiritual realm, yes, they will come. But you see, physically, here, if you do not do these things to draw traffic, you won't get anybody. So I said content marketing, running ads, collaborations. This is a collaboration between myself and Pastor Favor and model women. So it's a collaboration. Who can you collaborate with? You make hair. Who can you collaborate with in your industry? So you see the person's customers see you. Collaboration, event marketing. I speak at multiple events. And the reason I go to those events to speak is I am introducing myself. I'm getting people to see what I do. That's event marketing. Okay, so there are plenty of them. But every day, I want to give you an assignment. When you wake up in the morning, answer this one question. What can I do today to get people interested in doing business with me? And make sure you do it. So the first one is what? Traffic. The second one, which is actually extremely important, is consistency. So I said number one is traffic. Number two is consistency. Why is consistency important? See, they didn't tell you. they didn't tell you to be like this, right? That you have to show up every day. When we are saying post every day, they tell you post content, post content. They didn't tell you to be like this. That would be this stressful. Look, and sometimes people, when I say this, people want to, I get backlash for it, but I'll say this from a place of genuine care. I don't think the way we place a lot of emphasis on passion for business, I think it is making many of us frustrated. I personally don't believe that we should follow and use passion the way we are using it. Passion is just 9%. It's just 5% of what you need to do successfully well in a business. The remaining 95% is discipline. The remaining 95% is discipline. And you need discipline to be consistent. You don't need passion to pay staff salaries. You don't need passion to pay your rent. You don't need passion to pay your suppliers. You don't need passion to show up when they have invited you for a speaking event or for a networking event, or to show up at that conference so that you can network with other people. You need discipline for that to happen. And so consistency is what makes you show up even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is what makes you show up even when it is inconvenient. Consistency is what makes you show up even when, look, it's not every day you will feel like being a business owner. There are days, can I be honest? This evening, I felt very tired. And so before even doing anything, I said, let me take a nap. And you know those 5 minutes, 10 minutes nap that make you look like you have you have all the sleep that you've been avoiding, they all came at once. I didn't feel like being here today. Am I here? Yes. Because of what? Discipline. It is not passion, it is discipline. Passion plays the role where you feel like when you feel like you want to give up, that's where passion comes in. But the remaining things are discipline. And how do you get discipline into what you do? Number one, know what your priorities are. Know the things that are important, the things that need to be done in your business, and make sure they get done every day. There are three kinds of tasks you will engage with in your business. There are tasks that you must do every day. So there are reoccurring tasks. Sorry, there are reoccurring tasks and there are random tasks. Reoccurring tasks are those tasks that you have to repeat. Random tasks are those tasks that come in at any point in time. Most times, we get distracted by random tasks. As a business owner, you should know those things you must do every single day. For example, you need to make sure that posts that are supposed to go up every morning, they go up. You should make sure that you make 10 phone calls every day. You should make sure that those things you're supposed to do daily, weekly, get your priorities right and manage your time. Manage your time so that you can get those things that are important to you done first, especially if you have an office. Have you noticed that by the time you get to the office, if you don't get settled down to do the work that is important to you first, your employees or different people will come and start dragging you to do other things, those random tasks, when you have not done the ones that are the most important. That's how you stay disciplined. Okay, so the first one is traffic. The second one is this consistency, which is connected to discipline. The third secret that would help you make sales consistently without struggle is packaging. Sometimes I call it presentation. So my Bible says it is only God that sees inside the heart. The rest of us, unless you're from another planet, we will see what is outside first. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That means there has to be some beholding. Those people you want to sell to will see what you want to sell to them first before they buy from you. So you must be intentional about packaging what you do so that it is attractive to those who you want to sell to. I spent, so look at what I'm wearing. Look at the glasses. Look at this. Look at the background. The bookshelf behind me. This is packaging. Yes, this is packaging. Some of you need to look. This is one of our book. My partner, look at it. The design. It's packaged well. Why? This is Praise Forward's book. Packaging. You must be intentional about how you package your products or services. I'm not saying go and spend a lot of money on it. No, do it in an affordable way, but be intentional about it. Packaging includes how you talk about your business. For example, if somebody picks up the phone and calls your business, what would they hear? Hey, hello, Onye. Is that how you talk? Or when they call, what do they hear? Good afternoon, how are you? My name is Susan. So welcome to XYZ Business. How can I serve you today? That is part of packaging. When you talk about your business, do you say I will do this for you? Or if there's a complaint, do you say we are sorry or we apologize for this issue that you're having? So we will look into it immediately. If you don't mind, can we have your number so that somebody from our team will reach out to you immediately? It is resolved. What are you doing? You are packaging and presenting your business as a company instead of only you one, or instead of you being the only person in that business. So packaging and presentation will transform how you do business. There are places you go to eat just because of the way the eba is molded, and then they put some they put some lines on the eba. When they bring the bill, you don't complain. We all know this is not public. This is not marketing for anybody. But when Jeff Nick Restaurant started, their packaging was that they will give you more than enough soup in a soup bowl that would, it was so plenty that you couldn't finish it. It's part of the packaging. There has to be some beholding. Thank you, Faith. Makes sense. So the first one is traffic. Second one, consistency. The third one is presentation. The fourth one, which I think is the most important of all of them, is one of the most important, is we're women here. Many of us are mothers. So you do know that when a baby, especially when that child is 2 years and below, when a baby wants something, no matter what it is, no matter what you try to do to distract that baby from that thing, you see that thing that they want, they must get that thing. So your baby wants a toy, a particular toy, and you want to give him another toy or give her another toy. You see that particular toy that they want, they must get it. That's how the market behaves. That's how the market, who is the market? The people you want to sell to. They behave like babies. The market wants what the market wants. So it is your job to focus on selling only what the market is willing and able to pay for. Focus on selling not what you want to sell, but what the market wants, what the market is willing and able to pay for. Nkechi, the market says they want to buy cupcakes. You say it's wedding cakes you want to sell. Nkechi, please sell cupcakes. You say it is boo-boo you want to make. The market is saying they want to wear, they want to sell, they want you to buy two piece up and down. Nkechi, you will sell two-piece. You do not sell what you want to sell. You sell what the market is interested in, what the market is willing and able to pay for. I tell you this, I like to make things practical. I sold 50 copies of this book on pre-order before I wrote it. So I prepared the skeleton, dropped the skeleton, the outline for the book, paid somebody to make the design, and I started selling the book on pre-order. I sold 50 copies before I started making it. There are books I have tried, there are products I have tried to sell that I tried to market it and I didn't get the kind of feedback that I wanted. I canceled the project because I am not in the business of making, I am in the business of selling. You are not in the business of making clothes, you are in the business of selling clothes. You are not in the business of making cakes, you are in the business of selling cakes. You are not in the business of teaching, you are in the business of selling education. And so if you're selling what the market does not want to buy, you're doomed. So what was number one? Traffic. Number two, consistency. Number three, presentation and packaging. Number four is focus on the market. Sell only those things the market wants to buy. And how do you know what the market wants to buy? Ask them. I've given you my example. Ask them. Another example is my friend and I own we own a fashion business together after 30 Classics. Yes, you are not in the business of making, you're in the business of selling. So you spend so much time in the kitchen killing yourself. That is not where the money is. The money is not in the kitchen. The money is outside selling. I own a fashion brand. I cannot make, if you give me needle to sew something, I will injure myself. I am not in the business of making clothes. I'm in the business of selling. And so even the designs that we don't make plenty in bulk. We make samples and show it to the market. It is what the market says that they want that we make. Make sense? Number five. So number one is traffic. Number two is consistency. Number three is presentation and packaging. Number four, focus on the market. And then number five is structure. Number five is structure. Look, because many of us are, a good number of us here, I believe, are Nigerians. We live in an environment that is borderline unorganized, unstructured. Is the reason why Many of us who can drive will drive like criminals on the expressway. But when we get to military checkpoints, we behave ourselves because we are naturally conditioned to to malfunction. We're not designed to be orderly. But when they take us out of Nigeria, and if you, for those of you who have traveled out, when you go to other countries, you are conditioned to behave in an organized manner, so you do so. In the same way, in your business, if there is no structure, you and your staff and your customers and your suppliers will bring all the bad attitude and unstructured behavior from Nigeria into your business. That's why you're struggling. Everything I have mentioned here, the traffic, the consistency, the presentation, the focusing on the market can only happen if you are running a structured business. What is structure? I will answer what structure is before I end my conversation. But I had asked, what are some things we are struggling with? Where is it paining you? And some people said operations. I think some people said marketing and sales. Some people said staffing. I think I saw that. So if you have staffing issues, here's what I will tell you. You're not alone, and staffing issues will almost ruin your business if you don't figure. And the staffing issue includes you. Yes, so you are the owner of your business, but you are currently a staff in the business. And if you are the wrong staff or the wrong person to manage that business, you will collapse that business. The fact that you started the business does not give you instantly the capacity to run it. Why am I saying this? If you buy a private jet today, does it immediately give you capacity to fly the private jet? No. You will hire a pilot. I'm saying this because as you grow, as your business expands, you need to begin to accept how incompetent you are supposed to be so that you can, or how incompetent you are, so that you can hire people who are better qualified or better experienced to handle things. I am not an amazing accountant. Do I know accounting? Yes. But numbers, accounting, money, they freak me out. My partner is an amazing accountant. He's an amazing financial expert, and he was in banking for 22 years before he retired. And so I know the areas where I have strengths. I know the areas where I have weaknesses. When it comes to staffing, if you put in structure in your business, you will be able to divide the work that needs to be done in your business into functional units and be able to assign them to each individual to say, you do this one, even if it is you and one person. Part of the reason why we struggle with staffing is we have not clearly defined who is needed, what each person will do, and how you will measure performance, how you will monitor tasks. For every staff, there are things they're supposed to do daily, things they're supposed to do weekly, things they're supposed to do monthly, and then the random tasks. If you do not have a way of monitoring those things, you will continue to struggle. So, those are some of my thoughts on staffing. You need to make sure you have job descriptions. You need to make sure you have employment letters, guarantors forms. You need to make sure that you bring order into how you look for, how you hire, and how you keep them in your business. Pay as much as you can afford. That somebody went to you or somebody is in your church is not a reason for automatic employment. That somebody is in your fellowship is not the reason for automatic employment. Ask Pastor Favor. She's here. The number of times she has consulted me, when we sit down for consultation, I separate her being my pastor from her consulting me. There is a process. I give her assignments, I give her tasks to do. Pastor Favor, you will do this, you will do. We get into arguments. When we finish, I'll now tell her, Pastor Favor, yeah, pray for me. You see, you need to have that separation. The fact that somebody is in your church does not mean the person should get automatic employment. So that's it on staffing. Let me talk a bit about accounting. I think it's a failure on our parts if we cannot give details of all the money that has come into our businesses from January. If I came to your business today and I asked you to show me details clearly of all the money that has come into your business from January till today and what you have done with that money, if you can't do that, you don't have a business. I'm pausing intentionally so it will sink. Please type that down. If you cannot show details of all the money that has come in from January till now and what you've done with that money, you do not have a business. Why? You are in business to make as much money as possible for as long as possible by all legal means. And if you are not keeping track of the money, how do you know if you are making profit or not? In simple terms, that's it. Accounting is simply keeping an eye on your money, including your inventory. All of that falls under accounting. So, if you know you are not excellent at it, there are basic things you should know about the movement of money. You should know what is coming in, you should know what is going out, you should know who you are owing, and you should know who is owing you. And you should know what you have in your inventory, in your stock. Extremely important. Uh, Let me talk a little bit about operations and production. So, operations is for those who offer services. The way you deliver your services will be the operations. For those who sell products, the way you're manufacturing, you're making the product, that is production. There should be a process for how that happens so that there's not too much burden on you. Remember, production doesn't bring money. There should be a process for making the cakes. There should be a process for packaging the cakes. There should be a process for delivering the cakes. Making the cakes doesn't bring money, it is selling them. So your production, and whether it's production, whether it's services, as much as possible, it should not involve you. And for that to happen, you need to put processes, policies in the operations and production. Another thing that is important while we look at the things that are paining us is technology. I made a video today. Let me see if I can try and demonstrate it again. So, one of the things we must be conscious about as business owners is we are always busy. We're always doing a lot of things. There are too many tasks for us to do, and it can be distracting. It can be overwhelming. It can be frustrating. But with technology, with simple tools, you can automate some tasks, and it becomes easier for you to hand some of those tasks to other people so that you are not always doing one thing or the other. That's why there are a lot of things that can help you to simplify a lot of the things that you're doing. Look at the tool we're using now, like StreamYard. Imagine there was no StreamYard, it would have been extremely difficult for us to have these meetings, but we're having them here. So you need to be able to, as a business owner, fall in love with using tools that will make your job a lot easier, that would even make it easy for you to delegate responsibility and monitor what other people are doing. Simple things like invoicing tools, simple things like task management tools, simple things like, things that will help you post content. Hundreds. The volume of tools we have on Google, for example, they are mind blowing. They are mind blowing. And so that I can take some questions and hear from you. What then is this structure thing? Structure is basically making sure that all these different elements I have talked about, you make sure that your business, in one way or the other, has them well put together in your business, so much so that if you are not there, those things get done. That's structure. It is basically organizing your business. It helps you divide. Exactly. Thank you, Naomi. It is Structure is as simple as moving from a one-man business to a company. What's a company? A group of people who coordinate their work towards a common goal. Now, for you to go about, before you begin this structure journey, there's a structure for every kind of business, whether you're a one-man business, whether you're working from home, whether you're a big business, you're a growing business, no matter the size of your business, there's a structure for you. And two things I would say about structure before I open the floor for questions is, number one, structure. Structure would really, how do I say this so that it comes out well? Uh, so the before you consider putting a structure in your business, be clear about why you are running that business. The why would have a strong effect on the kind of structure you are building. So people do business for different reasons, and I don't think any reason is better than the other one. From my observations, there are five key reasons people do business. One, the why, for survival. You open a business just so that you can survive. It helps you pay your bills and all of that, and that is perfectly okay. In today's Nigeria, if your business is not at least helping you pay your bills, it's a very big problem. So, first reason why people do business or open businesses is to pay their bills. The second one is to fund their lifestyle. I have clients who own businesses, and the only reason those businesses stay is, I want to travel to Dubai, I want to travel to Canada, and the business covers that lifestyle. I know someone who lives in the UK now, whose restaurant, the reason she keeps that restaurant open is to fund her living in the UK. I have no problem with that. The third reason is, it's your career. So you own a business because it's your career. You are an architect, so you own an architectural firm. You're a lawyer, excuse me, you own a law firm. So you run that business because it's your career. The fourth reason is, you're doing something to keep you busy. So I stay in Port Harcourt. While growing up in the late 80s, so I'm an 80s kid, and in the late 80s, particularly early 90s, we had a lot of shell, a lot of men who were working in shell back then, who married wives, and their wives were not really doing so much, and so they had to start and open shops and businesses for them. And those shops, many of those shops were opened to keep their wives busy. Is that why you started your business, so that you can be doing something? Number five, the fifth reason is legacy. You are thinking about building something that will outlive you, something that will, um, something that, when you go to heaven, when you're done with being here on earth, that business is remembered. Whichever one, whichever reason that is yours, there's a structure that would help you. Okay. And my thinking around structure usually begins with asking, when you think of your business 10 years from today, do you see yourself in the picture? When you think of your business 20 days from today, Do you see yourself in the picture? We build businesses in Nigeria or in Africa with this in mind that we will always run the business, we will always be there. And I don't think it's the smart thing for us to do. You should begin to see your business without you. That's the beginning of structure. Okay. So I would want to stop here so that I can take questions. I usually like my sessions like this to be a bit interactive. I want to believe that I have shared a thing or two for those of you who are small businesses. I have a 30-day program called the Organized Small Business Academy, where I would hold your hand, you and other participants, and in 30 days, I will show you how to put a structure in your small business. We're going to look at things like pricing, look at things like when to hire, we'll look at things like your content, look at things like marketing, look at things like sales, customer service, how to see your profit in cash, not paper profit. We'll look at all of these put together, and it's 30 days of working with you daily to make sure that we put that structure in your small business. Now, if you know you're not a small business, you have grown past you're not a small business. I have a one-on-one coaching program where I can work with you, just you. There's some people who prefer that one-on-one thing and they can afford it. If that's something that interests you, I have a coaching program where I work with you for 6 to 8 weeks, and it's like having me collaborate and work with you in your business for 6 to 8 weeks, and the result is usually different. So let me stop talking here and take some questions. I really believe that I have, or I want to hope that I have shared some insights and that one or two persons have gotten some value. Let me stop here. Pastor Favor, I hope you you were listening. I remember seeing how I drill you sometimes when you consult me, and then after drilling you, I'll now say, please remember to pray for me.
This is amazing. I mean, this model inner circle mentorship program is one of your drillings. This paid
Yes, I
mentorship
remember.
is one of it. So, and so the thing is that when I consult you as a coach, I do the assignments. I'm a very, I take instructions. So.
And when you miss it, you run small.
I will avoid you. I will avoid you for a long time. Transitioning from a core ministry person, I've done ministry all my life. Even when we were working at the university, it was core ministry. So me transiting from ministry and then ensuring that while I am a blessing to people ought to put value on what I am delivering. So there are things that are for free and there are things that are for a fee. And honestly, I can tell you that being more intentional here with these women have given me more results. So whatever it is I did over the years was like creating awareness. So these women, the testimonies are mind blowing. I can't begin to tell you what some of these women have done. Crazy things that they've done. They've come out of their shell. So I'm excited. So thank you very much. So if you are here tonight, and those of you who will watch the replay, part of what I'm doing, you people say that execution is my sole name. Now, one of the people who rejected that is Mr. Nnamdi. So please, I have told them about the organized academy. It's not activists. I've told them. I've even instructed some of them who are here laughing. They know that that's the next thing I'm going to be asking them if they've paid. I can be in fact, I used to ask them to send me receipts of their payment. I want to be sure. I know I can be that thorough. So tonight, if you have any questions, I think I've seen some questions here. This one
Yes.
says, please, sir, how can a new manufacturer implement structure? So Model A is actually a pharmacist. She started right here in the inner circle. She started manufacturing Vaselines, and it was launched.
Oh.
She just started, she's a small business owner. I guess she's asking this question to see how she can start. But she has already started the business this year, right in the model inner circle. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be very blunt. If I knew how much sales you do on a monthly basis, it would help me with advising you. And the reason for that is I think if it's still very small, if the sales is still very small, I would suggest you pay more attention to at least growing your revenue. Pay attention to the sales conversations that we have or we had until you get to that point where it's beginning to overwhelm you. That's when you should start thinking of structure. Because in today's Nigeria, you know, the money needs to be flowing. You need to have some level of cash flow.
Hmm.
But in order to implement structure, it's not a very straightforward thing like that. I would just say that you should seek help from somebody at your level that can give you the steps you implement. Whatever you learn about structure, follow the steps for it. That's just the best. And anybody who gives you one answer now to this question might not be helping you.
Good.
It's a series of steps, a series of things you need to implement, you know. So my advice is, depending on your level, there's a book that I have that can help you that if you're still at a micro level. If not, come into the academy and let me work with you. So it's not just telling you, we'll show you day by day, because it is all the elements put together. There is no one that is more important than the other. You need to fix your pricing. I don't know how you arrived at pricing your products now. So you need to fix your pricing, you need to fix your manufacturing, you need to fix your packaging. So it's everything we talked about today.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I'm sure you heard what he said. Fantastic. Okay, so there's another question here. What can I do today to get people interested in doing business with me? So T Kitchen Spice is a farmer. She has a large farm where they do eggs, she rears goats, she rears pigs, she does all, it's a farm. So she's asking, what can I do today to get people interested in doing business with me? So I don't know whether the question is clear. You want her to put some
Very,
light?
very clear. Very, 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 very
Okay.
clear. Well understood. What can I do to get people interested in doing business with you? How many people in the Modern Women have you called one on one to tell them about what you do?
Good.
How many people have you How many people in the Modern Women group have you called and asked them to introduce you to people they know who will be interested in doing business with you? How many times have you asked Pastor Favor to introduce you to other people who will be interested in doing business with you? How many posts have you made today? How many people's Instagram DMs or Facebook DMs have you gone to, people who own food businesses, to tell them or to ask them if they would be interested in doing business with you? You see, when I talked about traffic, you have to generate the traffic. I talked about running ads. How much did you spend on ads today? That's how you get people interested in doing business with you. I have given you two that you can start now. From what Pastor Favor told me, there are about 60 women in the Modern Women group. Call all of them, start from there. I didn't say send WhatsApp message. Pick up the phone and call everybody
Because we
and tell
used
them.
to buy egg. We used to buy egg, but we don't buy from her.
So
We buy
why?
chicken, but we don't buy from her.
Why? So what your 60, imagine these 60 women telling other people about you will run out of products. So he's also saying, I own an agri business, and my greatest problem is structure. I don't live in the state where my business is now. How can I structure my farm without spending too much money in ensuring that my staff do? So, two
Okay,
things I
there's a
will tell
follow-up
you.
question. There's a
Okay.
follow-up question. There's a follow-up a continuation to ensure
Okay.
that her
What they
staff
are
will do what.
supposed to do, and how can I stop them from stealing, because they even collaborate with security men. So, the first part is to set up the structure itself. I need to know the size of the farm. I need to know, how big it is, but you need to set up the structure itself, and then put monitoring tools that make sure that you monitor everybody, you monitor every transaction, you monitor the farm itself, you monitor the account itself, you can monitor everything. And then there's something called carrot and stick. We talk about it when we discuss policies in the academy, which is when you catch somebody, set the person on fire publicly for others to see, and basically say make the person a scapegoat. Set the person on fire for others to see. But when you do it, if you don't have this would work if you are monitoring the different aspects, what is coming in, what was requested for, how much they sold. There's a way you set up all the processes and policies, you would even know what to expect in terms of sales on a daily basis. So when there's a deviation, you will know. So it's setting up the structure, then all the monitoring tools that make sure if there's any gap, you will know. And collaborate the security. There's hunger in the land. That's the country we live in. So Pastor Wilson, let me say this. If you're not intentional about it, as long as your employees find a loophole, they will steal from your business.
Hmm.
As long see, there's a
There's hunger
reason
in the
why
land.
even in church,
They
there's a
are stealing
reason why,
offering.
yes, there's a reason why you make sure no one person
Count the offering.
counts the offering or receives. Is intentional. It is a process that makes sure that multiple people are responsible for it. So don't say grace will follow them. It's not grace.
No.
If there is the person making the sales is possible, if possible, should not be the person accounting for the money. The person going to the market should not be the person who receives the goods.
Wow. I mean, Tochi, how big is your farm? Tochi, are you here? Tochi, how big is your farm? Fantastic. So I think, Mr. Nandi, one of the things you do, probably, I don't know, the contact number, WhatsApp, where they can easily reach somebody, any of your friends. We'll be happy to call it and somebody will type it out, or I'll just post it across in the community. But this is key. Tochi, I hope you are hearing. Tochi, I think you should join what I think it's actually an instruction I've given her when she told me how overwhelmed this is. You understand? Which one is put them in a covenant? Put them in a covenant. I don't understand. Which covenant are you putting them?
Which
Explain,
covenant?
please. Explain. Okay, so don't you
So,
say it's more than 100 plots? Her farm is on more than 100 plots.
okay, more than 100 plots.
That's quite it's
It's
actually
sizable enough.
mm,
So is poultry and cash crops or just poultry?
I think she does. Don't she mention it? I think she does poultry. She does crops, the cucumbers, vegetables. She's chicken. That's chicken. She says welfare. Chicken, eggs. I think I've seen eggs. Uh, okay, let's say put them in the covenant for church money. Even the see, I understand from the Christian perspective. Some people with the covenants they will still carry your money and go and say let them die. Some people will tell you they will die. So it's just try what Mr. Nam is saying, put a system there, both with the CCTV, whatever it is, everything that you're actually going to do to ensure not one person, is in charge of counting the offering. In addition to that, okay, live crops, yams,
Livestock and crops.
yams, she's doing quite a lot on the farm.
Okay, so it's a mix of a lot of things. So
Mm,
when you enroll for the academy, midway into it, me and you will have a separate conversation.
mm.
There's some additional tips I would give you that I will not share in the academy that would help you because of the size of your farm. And then when you implement them, if you want additional help, you can come. But yeah, I think you have quite a good product. You have a good business. It's just
She does.
you are
Oh.
what you will need to make some sacrifices initially
Yes.
for this structure thing. You will need to, if you are going to implement it and implement it well, it's either you make the sacrifice or you pay for the sacrifice to be made for you.
Mm.
You're either going to make the sacrifice or you pay for the sacrifice to be made for you.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I don't know if any other person has any question concerning those of you who are also career people here. I know we have some of you who are career people here. Just in case you have questions, any more questions in the absence of that. But honestly, this has been a very wonderful session. Thank God. Okay, somebody said, what if, okay, I have a question here. What if
What
the
if
business
the
is
business hasn't taken
taken?
off? Are you able to work with such scenarios? Of course. So for the small business academy, the organized small business academy, we have employees, we have stay-at-home moms, we have freelancers, we have startups, we have those who are planning to start. So what the academy does is it equips you with all the things you need to know even before you start. So yes,
Mm,
we can work with such situations. Okay.
wow. Okay, somebody is saying mine is, I don't know. I don't know if you can see that question.
How to manage the money that comes in and out. Uh, so
Oh,
Nigeria has happened to us.
it has happened to me. Oh. Mm. But I
So
think you can go ahead and answer the
Grace,
question.
yes,
Yes.
Grace. So here's what I'll tell you. I'll give you a crude way, but in the academy we'll go into it in details. Get a
Yes.
book. Get a book. Eh? In the front page, you just write sales. In the back page, you write expenses. Very simple. On a daily basis, anything, all the sales you make, you write them in front. At the end, you cross it out and sign. At the back, any money that you're spending, you put it here, you cross it out and sign. That's at a basic level. That can get you started. But in the academy, we take time to show you how to do it better and, if possible, softwares and tools that you can use to make it faster. We even have a simple Excel template that will make it easy for you to see down to what you've made as profit for for the month and all of that. So I'll advise you take advantage of that. That I hope, Grace, I have tried to help. I just gave you a very crude version, and I believe that should help you. Any other question, please ask. Or I'll send
Any
the
other
I would
question?
yeah, Pastor Favor, I have sent you the details of how to enroll for the academy. I sent it to you on WhatsApp.
Okay,
The
fantastic.
academy is 37,500 naira. Okay, and
37,500.
500 naira, yes, ma. And
Very affordable.
this will be the last batch for the year, and the last batch will price it at this amount. From next year, it will be at least 50,000 naira. And I mean by what I mean by at least 50,000 naira is it might not be 50K. It can be 80, it can be 70. We don't know yet. So get in and get in now. It's 37,500 naira, and you can enroll from anywhere in the world. The classes are short, simple, and extremely easy to implement. Okay, so please, if you're interested, details will be sent. Pastor Favor will send details in the in. I think you have a WhatsApp group or something like that, right?
Yes, if you're interested, you're here now. Just send me a message and all of that. Then somebody is asking a question. What about the cost of the cost of consulting stroke dash for the academy? Okay, he has talked about it. So this question is, I'm an employee. Okay, let me post it here for you to see.
I'm an employee, and my employers have been commending me for carrying out my job effectively, and also another positions was added to the one I occupy. That is two positions with the same salary. Okay. Is there a continuation? I
Yes,
am
I am
becoming
becoming.
overwhelmed and not motivated due to the fact that the salary is the same. Do you think I should decline the second role and maintain the first? So, gift, let me tell you something. If you are used less, you are useless. I'll take it again. If you are used less, you are useless.
If you're used
You're
less.
less. You are useless. The reason I am saying this gift is that they have found you to be useful and they have added more tasks to your job. Now, if I was you, I would, number one, make sure that I can demonstrate and show tangible results that I am achieving. Not for you to say, I have been busy. So there's a difference between I have been baking cake from morning till night and I baked 7 cakes today. Make sure you can demonstrate your usefulness tangibly. If possible, they should be able to count the results that you get. And then you can go try negotiating for an increase in your salary. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But don't go there negotiating based because you feel overwhelmed. This is not about you. It is about you demonstrating your usefulness to the company, so much so that they agree with you and increase your salary, not because of how you feel. Gift, did you
Hmm,
get that?
fantastic. Okay, somebody is asking how much is one-on-one. You know, you mentioned one-on-one.
Yeah,
So I
one
don't know
on
whether
one.
it's part
So,
of what you sent to me.
no, it's not. So, the one on one, I have two packages. I have the 2 hour strategy session. I have the 2 hour strategy session. That one goes for 250,000 naira. And then I have the 6 weeks coaching program. That one starts at $2,500. So again, it depends on where you are in your business. And I think I have answered. So if you want the strategy session, I work with you, we spend 2 hours together virtually and we'll deal with the issues that are in front of us. That's 250,000 naira. Then my one-on-one coaching program starts at $2,500.
Okay, fantastic. So I think that's all. The course outline, I will just send. So the course outline, once you click the link, everything about the academic course outline is there. So you just see it and read because it's a lot. So you just have to look at all of them. Oh, Mr. Nandi, I want to say a very big thank you very much for
Thank you
tonight. You
very
have
much,
added
ma, for
so
having me.
much value, so much and I know that the business women who are here, as their marriages are doing so well, they are doing so well as wives, as mothers. A lot of them, about 90% of them are moms. So, which is
Mm.
why family success is a huge part of what we do here. Family success is a huge part of what we do here. So, I'm happy that their business lives are doing well. They are what we called they are doing well. So thank you so much. Okay. Oh, there's a question. Sorry. How do I put a
Um,
structure? Okay. I just saw one question. Now that will be the last one for tonight, please.
so
So
on a lighter note, I need to come and submit Onyinye to you again. I need to come and submit Onyinye to you for this. Let her join the model women. Yeah? Please
oh
send me
no,
details.
no, no,
I told her today that she must
Miss
join.
Anna, I'm telling you, these women are amazing.
She's coming.
I've seen women become, even them as women, I've
Mm,
seen them become. I mean, there are women who came in here fighting with their husbands. They came here, their heads came down. Like you will know there's so much to do. You will know that there's so much legacy to build. You don't have time for fights. You will know there's a way to apply, you know that there's a way to apply wisdom in everything. You will know that godly counsel is good strategy for even warfare. So there's a lot, and I'm so happy that I listened to you. And I spoke to you about this about 3, 4 years ago when I
yes, ma'am.
told you that I was feeling overwhelmed by everything and I needed to
Mm,
transition from that
mm,
level. And in fact,
mm,
next year, what has happened is there are now women who are not starters, they are
mm,
built something.
mm,
By
mm,
next year, I have another cohort, which is the model inner executive. Now, this is
mm,
for
mm.
women who are not starters. Some of them have built, some of them have not even joined me. Some of them have built something. Some of them were made 2 years ago, and they just feel so. It's a different ballgame.
It's a different conversation
Those ones are
altogether.
going to be doing. Those ones are going to be doing real project execution, community impact. They're going to be
Mm,
doing
mm.
that, and they're going to be mentoring people too. So I want to say a very big thank you. If you're here, this is me sharing my testimony. I'm not ashamed. This is me telling you what the one-on-one session I've had with Mr. Nnamdi has done to blessing to you people here because he has also been a blessing to me. So the Modern Inner Circle is its purpose for to be family success and spiritual success. These 5 areas, they are key to everything that we do. Yes.
So
Please,
the last question:
yes, the last question,
how
please.
do I put a structure in my
In
coaching
the
business?
coaching
I don't have
business.
an office for it. I'm struggling. So I run my coaching business from my house.
Mm,
I am blessed to have multiple businesses. Between my partner and I, we own 10 different businesses. There's a hotel, there's a fashion business, there's a consulting firm, there's a small business academy, there's a micro lending business that we give loans. We own a marine services business. We're invested in an
wow.
oil palm. So different businesses like that. And the coaching business, I run that one from my house.
Mm,
So it's not the location. Structure is not the office. Structure is making sure the business functions like a company, even if you're the only one in that business. So again, the type of business is not the issue. Structure works regardless of the type of business. And so get into the academy, okay, and you would find a lot of the answers that you're looking for.
okay.
Peculiar. I hope that makes sense. Peculiar.
Yes. I think her question has been answered. Yes. Peculiar,
Yes.
your question has been answered. Okay. So Mr. Nnamdi, thank you so much. There. Can we say a very big thank you to Mr. Nnamdi, please? Thank you. They're saying thank you. Somebody said the inner circle has changed my life. We live here. I have built your mansion inside this inner circle. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much for
Yes,
having
thank
me.
you
It's
so
been my
much. Yes,
privilege.
thank you. Thank you, all of you. Please, did you hear what Mr. Nandi said? You are a cake business, not to make cake, to sell cake. If you did not get anything, I'm taking that one away. I am in the business not to just draw up curriculum, but to get women to come into the model inner circle. I am in the business of not just developing marriage courses for couples. I'm in the business
You're
of
in the
getting
business of
couples.
selling the courses,
Selling the courses to the
selling the
married
courses,
couples. Exactly.
showing up here, showing up here. For example, me showing up here is to sell the academy
Exactly.
and to sell my coaching. I didn't come here to
Yes.
counseling. So I'm not here. Other people will stay somewhere and they are creating, trying to create the best courses. No, the one that I have, I'm in the business
Hmm.
of selling it. And I sell
Hmm.
shamelessly. One of the things you learn in the academy is shameless marketing.
Hmm.
Shameless marketing, no fear.
Hmm.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
so
man.
much. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful night rest. God bless you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much, man.
much. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, so were you impacted this night? I'm sure that you have learned something. I mean, if we didn't learn anything, one of the things you have learned this night is you are in the business of not just making what you sell, but you're in the business of selling it. So we have to focus our attention on selling. Now, for those of you who have businesses and you truly, truly, truly know that you need structure in your business, like Tochi, I know I told you because I know the volume of what you do. If you know you need the structure, like seven, just go there, pay. Starting I think October, go and pay and learn and add it to what you know. I'm telling you because I have done a one-on-one coaching consultation with him. So I'm not a coach or a mentor that is telling you what I have not done. I've done a one-on-one with him. So and I pay for courses, I pay other courses, and I learn. So it's not as if heaven open and God is giving me. There's this one that God is giving, but I'm also learning. Thank you so much. So you see how the mother inner circle is blessing. Some of you now, you may not need the academy, but what you have learned here tonight, if you start running with it, what you have learned here tonight, if you start applying it, you see that your business and everything you're doing will just go to a whole new level. Have you registered for the Model Inner Circle 2025? Are you joining us 2025 or you're bidding us or you're telling us bye bye? Go and register so that you can pay in installments and that by December you are done and you get ready because 2025 is a whole new level in the Model Inner Circle. I've just put together most of the coaches that I'm going to be bringing into the academy to ensure that everything we're doing just move to the next level. God bless all of you and have a fantastic night rest. Please remember, one of the things I want you people to do for me now, let me use this opportunity and say it here. I'm sure you're hearing me. I would like, honestly, I know some people didn't do that, and honestly, I don't think that is okay. I would like for everyone who the model inner circle has been a blessing to, for you to sit down and do a video of about 3-4 minutes. Introduce yourself, your location, what you do, and all you are sharing is how the model inner circle mentorship with as a favor or mentor favor or whatever it is has impacted you in this 2024. Outlining some of the things, the transformation that has happened in your life, and then asking people to register. You all know how I will do everything to ensure that your own businesses work. This is my own business. So I'm asking, you are the testators of the model business. So why not sit down in a well-lit place, do a beautiful video for me so that more women can join the inner circle. So I can spread um this I can spread this goodness to other people because this is are you even seeing this is what I do. This is my life. This is my life. So I remember last year I asked some people to do it. You know I don't go around chasing people or witch hunting people. I don't do that. But I'm asking if you know truly you have been impacted. Some people are ashamed to say where their help came from. Don't do that. And you don't want people to know you're in the inner circle. Why? So if you know this, if the inner circle has not touched you, please don't do it. If you know there's been a shift in yourself, in your spirit. You can even cite a particular session in the inner circle or whatever it is that has happened to you, the teaching, the master class that turned your life loose. Please do those videos. And if you do the videos, make sure the videos are excellent. Post it, tag me, ask me to give you the registration link. I'll give it to you. Put it, spread it. And some of you start telling your friends that are in different parts of the world about you are the people who will go and tell people about me. Yes, I will tell people about me. I will market my thing, but I'm not alone. I have people. So tell people about it and let people come and be part of the Inner Circle 2020. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Have a fantastic night rest. In Jesus' name, amen. So I'd like you to drop what you learned. Drop what you learned is in the model in itself. Drop what you learned in the WhatsApp group. I'm trusting God that we're going to have an amazing uh, end of October in Jesus' name. Amen. Good night, everyone.